It's a great day when you find out you have money in the bank for the first time. But it comes with a question you've never had to answer before. What should you do with your extra money? Sadly, not many people take the time to look into that question in depth. They shrug their shoulders and go find something fun to buy on Amazon, telling themselves that they'll learn more about personal finance at another time. Still, saving money and putting it into good use are two of the most important skills for getting rich, and they are surprisingly easy to learn and use. You don't need any special classes or natural skills. If you have $1,000 or more in your bank account, you can start with these simple steps to improve your finances, reach your goals, and build wealth that will last a lifetime. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. How much money do you need to be able to retire? Let's be realistic. $10 million? $100 million? $1 billion? The answer is not even close to that. In order to answer that question, we need to look at some numbers. In 2019, before the pandemic, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said that the median income for an individual is $36,000, and that the median income for a household is $61,000. But let's forget about the median and look at the average, which is $88,000. This number isn't right for everyone though, because if you're in your 20s, you need a lot less money than someone in their 60s who needs to pay a lot for insurance because health problems come with age. So if you want to save money, you should look after your health and stop eating so much junk food. The next question is, how much do you have to invest to make $88,000 a year without doing anything? We're going to look at a few options and figure out which one is best. If that number is higher or lower for you, you can just use a different number in the equation that fits your situation better. Don't worry about the numbers we'll talk about. By the end of the video, everything will make sense. That's why you need to pay close attention. I get it. It isn't simple. After watching 15-second TikTok videos, a 1-minute YouTube video might seem like a 3-hour movie. But I promise that this video will be worth it. Never spend the principal, only spend the interest is a saying that you may have heard. And that's the secret ingredient to financial freedom. Let's say you inherit $10 million and put it in an investment that gives you 5% interest per year. That's a total of $500,000 a year. You can spend $500,000 or $41,666 every month for the rest of your life without worrying about your wealth going down. That is a much better idea than spending all $10 million in 1 year. But the real question is, if the average household income is $87,864, how much do you need to invest to make that much money every year? For this example, we won't invest in anything risky like cryptocurrencies or individual stocks like Tesla or GameStop. We're going to be very cautious and choose something very stable that has grown by a good amount in the past, like the S&P 500, which grows by about 10% a year. The amount we're looking for is $87,864, which is 10% of $878,640. This means that if you can save and invest $878,640 for the rest of your life, you can spend $87,000 and your wealth will stay the same. The problem is, how do you save $878,640 when the average income for a household is $88,000? That means you have to save every penny you make for 10 years straight, which most people can't do, and that's the average, which means that most people in their 20s don't make anywhere near that much. The magic of compound interest comes into play at this point. Let's say you're 21 and about to graduate. You're looking for a job, but luckily you've saved $1,000. Whether you went out less, stayed away from cool Starbucks coffee, or were single in college. Well, this is one of the good things about being single. Anyway, let's say you put that amount of money into the S&P 500 and forget about it. You won't take it out when the new iPhone comes out in September, or when you don't have enough money to hang out with your friends. You act like you never had that money in the first place. And you promise to put $1,000 into the S&P 500 every single year until you retire. If you retire at age 66, you'll have $863,000 or $86,000 each year. By saving just $1,000 a year, you can build up wealth that is worth almost $1 million and gives you $86,000 a year. Einstein once said this is why the eighth wonder of the world is interest that builds on itself. Whoever gets it, whoever doesn't, pays it. Most of the people watching this video don't think it's a big deal to save $1,000. In a more extreme case, you could put away $3,000 or $5,000 a year, and you wouldn't have to wait 45 years to see the benefits of compound interest. So here's a little challenge. Now, I'm not just talking about the numbers here. I'm also talking about your commitment to saving this amount of money. How much are you willing to invest a year? Assess your financial capacity and let us know in the comment section below. Going back, you see not everything is rainbows and sunshine. In theory, it is possible to get 10% rate of return, but in practice, it is a bit trickier. The inflation rate in the US is about 2 to 3% per year. And if you don't want your investment to lose 2 to 3% of its real value every year, you shouldn't take out more than 7% of it. On top of that, you only have 5% left if you want your investment to grow by at least a small amount like 2%. So if you want to be able to take out $87,000 and be sure that inflation will wipe out your entire wealth over time, you need to be able to invest double that amount, or $1.7 million or $2,000 every year instead of $1,000, which is still reasonable for most people. If you look at the FIRE community on the internet, you will find a lot of stories about people who live cheaply for 5, 10, or 15 years and save most of what they made, but in the end, were able to live on their own. You don't have to go that far because life without work is boring. Instead, you can use this strategy as a backup plan in case things go wrong. But you should definitely remember that you shouldn't do anything with your money until you've paid off your credit card debts. If your credit card has an annual percentage rate of say 20%, that doesn't mean that you pay 20% interest once a year. Depending on how you handle your account, interest is calculated every day, not once a year, and you only have to pay it if you have debt from month to month. So it doesn't make sense to try to get a 10% return when you have 20% interest debt. Well, that's basically things you can do if you have $1,000 in the bank. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, then you will probably learn a lot more from watching this other video, 5 ways rich people make money with inflation. If you click on the screen right now, you can go and watch that. Do you want to learn more on how to thrive wisely? What videos would you want to watch next? Feel free to comment down below. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.